Hello everyone, welcome to the concrete carving channel. Now in this video we're going to show you actually in real time how we carved some of the features on this kitchen backdrop here. This is a kitchen backdrop for a garden sink, outdoor sink, and we're going to show you how we did it with a kitchen knife. Yes, you heard that right. We actually carved every single feature on this backdrop in concrete with a kitchen knife. Okay, now you'll see on the right hand side we need to add another feature, and we're going to add another anchor similar to the one here on the left, and we're going to show you how to do it in real time with a kitchen knife. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, first things first, whenever we are going to be creating any kind of a feature onto an item like this, we'll always add extra material wherever we are planning on making a feature. This is a bit bulbous at the moment, so we're just flattening this out a little bit. There's the knife there, the kitchen knife, scraping into the concrete. Now this concrete, bear in mind, is not fully cured yet, which is great because it means we can carve into it, but when it's completely set it will be just like stone. So we're doing all the work before it completely sets, and this is a really easy process to do. Okay, so we're just getting that nice and flat there. We've still got lots of material to make sure that it's a very, very embossed item by the time we're finished. But with it being flat, it just makes it a little bit easier for the carver. Okay. Right. What we'll initially do is we'll lightly scrape with the knife the basic design of what we want. Very, very roughly, just basic design of what we are planning on making. This just acts just like a guide. You could do this with a template as well. Piece of paper, wet down the concrete, stick it on, and then cut around it. But we're just doing this freehand, just quickly to show you guys just how easy it can be done. And like I say, once you're more experienced, it's possible to just do these kind of features freehand without a template. Okay, so we've got the basic shape of an anchor there. And once we've got the basic shape of the anchor, the fun start parts, and that is actually eating away around the design initially to make the design pop out of the concrete. So we're almost done now with the lines. Now would actually be a good time to subscribe to the channel, because we've got lots and lots of videos planned for you guys, so I suggest you subscribe now while you can. All our videos are always going to be free, so we've got lots and lots of things to show you guys. Okay, that's almost the lines done now. Just a basic design, nothing special, just a basic design. And now comes the fun part. Okay, here we go. Now this is eating in to the outer part of the anchor, and this is to take the material away and make that design pop out, make it embossed, make it 3D. So we're taking it from a flat design into an embossed design, a design that looks like it's carved in actual stone. When this thing's actually finished, this whole backdrop's finished, it will look completely like stone. But in this video, we're just carving a basic anchor for you guys, just to show you how easy it is. Anybody can do this with a kitchen knife in concrete that is not fully dried. See, it's how he just eats away there with the knife. Easy to do. Sometimes using two hands there, when you need more control over a blade like this, sometimes it's easier to use two hands. But for the most part, we'll just end up using one hand. That's all that's required. Or sometimes when you need to dig in a little bit deeper, it's sometimes worthwhile using two hands, just for that extra control, extra strength. Please don't be as crazy as us though. If you actually do this, please use gloves. Don't be crazy like this guy. So you see the front part of the design is already starting to pop, which is good. Of course, it still looks basic. It's going to look a lot better than this. So remember guys, there's no special tools here. This is simply a kitchen knife that's being used here, a paring knife. So there's no added expense of getting special tools. It's just a good quality kitchen knife. It's actually a Tupperware knife, which make quite good quality knives. You see the inner part now of the anchor is starting to pop, which is good. If you're liking the video so far, please smash that like button for us. It helps the channel. Got lots of videos planned for you guys, so you'd be doing us a favor. The more popular the channel becomes, the more videos we're going to make for you guys. There you go. Now you can start to see kind of the basic shape of an anchor starting to appear now. The more he eats away at this, the more obvious it will become. Very easy to eat away at this. Now we actually use a mix, which is, instead of using Portland concrete, what we use is lime and sand. So we'll use like 1 lime to 2 sand, and we'll go for quite a fine sand, not too fine, but a fine sand. And the good thing with lime is it takes longer to set. So even if we want to do a little bit of this carve each day, we could for about 4 or 5 days. It won't be fully cured, so it allows us to just come back to it, do a little bit more, do a different feature over 4 or 5 days if we want. We could do the whole thing in one day. It would be easy, but sometimes you might be working on different projects at the same time, and you want to do a little bit on one project at a time. But if you don't use Portland cement, you're going to have days to make changes or whatever you want to do. Whereas Portland cement is different. It's Portland cement in a few hours it could start to get too hard to actually carve into, and by the next day it will usually be too hard to carve into. So if you can, use hydraulic lime with your sand instead of Portland cement, and you should be good. The only thing you need to remember with Portland cement is you need, with lime, hydraulic lime, is you need to remember that the item needs to be sprayed down with water every few hours if it's sunny. Preferably cover it up with something that's damp. Try and keep the sun off it, and try and get a bit of a spray of water on it a few times a day so that it dries out slowly, and you'll end up with a fantastic piece if you do that, because it will literally be stone, because basically it is stone. The result of this, because this is being done with hydraulic lime and sand, the results after 28 days, when it's totally 100% cured, is stone, because it's limestone. Hydraulic lime is made from limestone. So I'm sure you can see here now that the design of an anchor is becoming more and more obvious, and we're what, I don't know, 11 minutes into the carve, and you can already see the progress being made. You'll see the ship and the cross and the rope design on this plaque was also done with the kitchen knife. Everything was done with this same kitchen knife in this carve. It was just to prove, really. We just wanted to prove that you don't need always special carving materials. It's not really required. Not when you are carving into this material here, which is not fully cured. A knife is fine. Kitchen knife is fine. And for those of you that don't know, this design is actually part of a video. We're making a video which includes this sink backdrop, because we're making a long video where we turn a ceramic sink into a medieval garden sink, and this backdrop is actually part of that project. It's an interesting video that's going to be coming up, and the architectural design of this architectural style is it's a Portuguese style. It's called Manueline. Manuel I of Portugal was the king about the time that this style came out in Portugal. It's a very nice style of architecture. It's very popular with carvers because of the many features that this Portuguese architecture had, which was anchors and sea monsters and ships and crosses and things like that. So it's very, very popular with carvers. So this anchor now is probably about an inch depth now. So it's sticking out of the concrete about an inch. So it's quite a substantial amount of material that's been taken away, considering it's only being done with a paring knife, a kitchen paring knife. It's actually a very nice quality knife. We haven't used many knives like this, but this knife just never seems to dull. It seems to stay sharp. It's actually I'm pretty sure it's a Tupperware. It's a Tupperware knife. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Maybe put a link in the video and the description or something. Anyone wants to try and get one of these knives? Now what we show you in the video here won't be the final result of the anchor. What we'll do is we like to come back the next day and we look at what's been carved the day before, and we're like, oh, okay, we'll change that a little bit, and maybe if we do this or that, it's going to make it look better. Plus we might put some crack veins into the design to make it look more authentic. But this is just to show you just what can be achieved in a very small amount of time. But you will see this backdrop, this whole backdrop plaque in a future video. It's a very, very long video that we're doing. It's where we carve the column of a sink and this backdrop, and we carve the sink itself in a medieval style. So you'll see parts where, like the ship in this, you see the ship there on the plaque, that ship part, you'll see part of that ship get carved as well with a knife. And the crosses. It's already looking like stone. But some intentional damage will be put onto this anchor as well to give it a more aged look. Like I said before, you know, we'll usually come back the day after and do a few final touches on an item. When you cut something as well, if it doesn't quite look right initially, you can usually change a design slightly and it will still look fine. It's a great thing to learn. This kind of work is a great thing to learn, especially, you know, with coronavirus or all that kind of thing. If you're stuck at home and looking for something interesting to do, this would be a good thing to learn. Alright, so this demonstration is almost over now. It's pretty much finished this carve now. So there'll be a few modifications done to this, I'm sure. But there you go, in real time, an anchor carved. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. And it looks like it's been carved in stone. And there's the other anchor there that we carved yesterday. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and please do subscribe because we want to know that you guys want these videos, so subscribing does let us know. So thanks, take care, goodbye, God bless, bye bye.